In your headlines, part 2 of Honorable Kyle Knowles' face-to-face town hall meeting. High school students from across the TCI have been invited to showcase their creativity with a jingle. And Miss Renessa Williams has been appointed to a new post in the Ministry of Health and Human Services. From the PTV Broadcasting Headquarters in Providenciales, your #1 source for news, I'm Erica Pinales, delivering the latest from across the country this Thursday, March 3rd, 2022, right to your door. Newswatch starts now. On February 16, 2022, the MP of the Wheeling constituency, Honorable Kyle Knowles, held the very first face-to-face town hall meeting at the Healing Water Ministries in Wheeling. We bring you the details. In part 1 of this interview Newswatch conducted with Honorable Kyle Knowles, Member of Parliament for the Wheeling constituency, he explained that as he and his team are aware of the community's concerns, they're working hard to best work out the details of the pressing matters at hand. In this interview, Honorable Knowles speaks of the numerous recreational opportunities Wheeling has to offer to its constituents.
Wheeling has a number of opportunities for recreational activities. I think the concern is that they have to be properly functional.
Wheeling is home to not one but 2 basketball courts and the Bayside, as the Honorable reminded, where persons could engage in activities such as jogging or walking, especially with sidewalks now being widened in the constituency.
Even with that, persons are a bit hesitant in walking on the side of the road because of the traffic. And but Wheeling has a number of opportunities. We have persons who cycle, but again, we need to find ways of organizing a lot of these recreational opportunities. For me, I would like to see more parks or a centralized park that will actually serve the wider community. In every community there are spaces allotted for a park, but some areas are not. They don't have that kind of accessibility. So, from a recreational standpoint, there's a lot to do. We can think outside the box when it comes to it. And, and I would just want to plug in for those motorists, who are, using that thoroughfare, to be more responsible. Because we do have people walking. We have women and children, and men exercising or going about their daily activities. And it's very hazardous, with the rates of speed that persons are going at. So those are the type of things that we, I just wanted to plug that in there.
In Honorable Knowles' press release regarding the town hall meeting, it was stated that one of the additional topics discussed was community initiative and engagement, to which he elaborated further.
Community engagement or initiatives, basically, bringing the community, taking persons out of their homes and getting them actively involved. Last week, we were privileged to have Let's Move TCI come on and put on a small exercise class. That's community engagement. It helps with healthy lifestyles and healthy living. The persons who participated eventually signed up, so they'll get food plans and the like. So we want to do those kind of things. We had a movie night, at the Maranatha high school. Persons came up, we watched the movie on the big screen. Things that are not the norm. We want to look at those avenues and see how best we can get the community, get some more community togetherness. We don't know our neighbors anymore. We need to get to know our neighbors, and why not get to know our neighbors through wholesome activities?
Surfacing on social media is the controversial topic that the dump being on fire could have been an indication for sleuths to know where the land is. Sharing his take on the topic, Honorable Kyle was inquired on whether he believes it was a coincidence or experience.
It leaves a lot to the imagination as to what that would mean. Of course, it's been evident that once we saw this practice, there would be an illegal sloop. While it is, again, there's something that I'm against, I denounce it. I think that, we've gone to the House and we've spoken about persons harboring this kind of activity and the penalties involved. But I can't say that is the actual practice. But again, various situations or times that has happened have shown that that has been the practice. So I am surely I'm concerned. I'm very concerned about it, and I'm sure all of the constituents of persons in my constituency are concerned about it, and that is something that I will definitely be addressing with the Minister of Immigration as a course of action as to how we can tackle this along with his immigration team.
Touching back on the town hall meeting, Honorable Knowles strongly believes that in response to the meeting, members of the community were very pleased to be in attendance at the first face-to-face meeting.
Oh, they loved it. They totally embraced it. It's been a while since we've been able to have that kind of setting. They felt, one constituent said that, it felt nice having the MP and a minister come out to address their concerns and not have to hide behind, the phone or a telephone or an email or anything like that. And again, it's something that we're going to look at doing, or we're systematically looking at how we'll schedule those town hall meetings. But again, that is the kind of setting that I would love to use on a normal basis to address concerns of citizens, because I believe that once we can keep our lines of communications clear, persons will feel comfortable bringing matters to me or to other MPs or ministers, so that we can get out there and deal with it. Because unfortunately, we can't be everywhere all at the same time. But if we have that kind of forum where persons can speak frankly, I'll definitely do my best to accommodate them.
Elucidating on the response from persons of the community, he also revealed that the turnout in numbers were great. Of course, looking forward to more town halls with larger amounts and more positive feedback.
Being that it was my first face-to-face, I was elated, pretty much around the same number that we would have online. And, I look for the numbers to grow, but, from a positive standpoint, that, persons would really want to come out and hear, because we'll be doing so good that you just want to be a part of the general conversation and the resolution. So I definitely am pleased with the numbers, and I look forward to the numbers growing.
Finally, recognizing the MP's first year as elected member for Wheeland, Newswatch requested for Honorable Knowles to rate his performance for his first year, to which he responded quite modestly.
I would say an 8. Out of 10, I would say an 8. And the reason I would say an 8 is because I hit the ground running, being young and vibrant, being open to the concerns of my constituents. And the reason I wouldn't give myself a 10 is because it was a huge learning curve, so there was always room for error. But definitely, continuously listening to the voice of the people is important, and putting into action what they have asked me to do on a daily basis is, I think, quite rewarding and helps me and motivates me to do more. So I would say an 8.
For PTV Newswatch, I'm Erica Pinales. Don't go anywhere. More Newswatch when we return.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
Welcome back to Newswatch. As part of the Consumer is King campaign, high school students from across the Turks and Caicos Islands were invited to showcase their creativity by creating a jingle. Here's more. Vote for your favorite high school in the Consumer Protection Jingle Competition, which endorses the slogan, "Consumer protection is everybody's business." The deadline for entries was February 28, 2022. On March 2, 2022, judges reviewed 8 entries from 5 high schools. The following entries were shortlisted: Maranatha Academy, Champions for Christ International School of Excellence, and the Clement Howell High School. Shortlisted entries have been posted on the TCIG Press Facebook page for the general public to vote for their favorites. Social media voting constitutes 70% of the final score. Voting ends at 12 p.m. on March 10, 2022. Votes cast after this time will not count as part of the final score. The winner will be announced on March 15, 2022, which is celebrated as World Consumer Rights Day. The following prizes will be awarded. First prize, trophy and $1,500. Second prize, a trophy and $500. And third prize, a trophy and $250. The Department of Trade invites you to like, share, and comment on your favorite entries. Vote, vote, vote. The Office of the Deputy Governor of the Turks and Caicos Islands has announced the appointment of Ms. Renessa Williams to the point of Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health and Human Services. We bring you the details. Ms. Williams' career with the Turks and Caicos Islands Civil Service began in 2001 in the area of auditing. During the period 2004 to 2005, Ms. Williams proceeded on study leave and obtained a bachelor's degree in business management from the American Intercontinental University. On her return, she rejoined the audit department for a short stint as an auditor and was later appointed in 2007 as Human Resource Management Directorate Office. Serving in that capacity for 5 years, she monitored human resource practices across ministries and departments. Because Ms. Williams' ambitious drive towards an effective public service, she was nominated as a key member on the technical committee that worked in collaboration with National School of Government UK. This committee facilitated the restructuring exercise of the performance-based procedures and the development of competency-based interviews and job descriptions which are used across TCIG to date. In 2012, Ms. Williams was appointed as head of secretariat within the Ministry of Health and Human Services, where she served in that capacity as the liaison between the department secretary and minister, and to the wider public and private stakeholders. She was also responsible for coordinating the secretariat functions, ensuring that the Ministry of Health's business progressed efficiently through the political and administrative processes. Over the years, we gathered that Ms. Williams led on many initiatives within the Ministry of Health, and because of her passionate and meticulous demeanor, she was recommended to act temporarily in the role of Deputy Secretary. Commenting on her appointment, Ms. Williams stated, "For with God, nothing shall be impossible." Luke 1, verse 37. At the age of 17 years, I commenced my career as a public servant. I was nervous yet eager to learn and make a beneficial contribution towards the overall productivity of the public service. People don't get promoted for doing their jobs really well. They get promoted by demonstrating their potential to do more. She continued, "I believe that my professional background, coupled with experience gained over the years, has prepared me to serve with the utmost level of integrity. I will remain steadfast to support my team as we work diligently and strategically to advance the goals and objectives of this ministry." Having joined the public service at the tender age of 18, Ms. Williams has undergone a journey over the last 20 years in upgrading her educational background and experience, which has propelled her to work across a number of fields in audit, HR, and the Ministry of Health during her tenure in the Turks and Caicos government. During the height of the pandemic, she was seemingly temporarily appointed to act in the capacity of Deputy Secretary in the Ministry of Health to assist the ministry in their response, and sources say she did an exceptional job during the period, no doubt helping to prepare her to be a top performer in the recent Deputy Secretary recruitment exercise. Don't touch that remote, we'll be right back. Coming up next is your weather forecast.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
Welcome back to Newswatch. Here's the latest in your weather forecast. Here's your weather forecast for March 4th, 2022. For the nation's capital, Grand Turk, on Friday, mostly sunny skies, high 80, low 74, winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. For South Caicos on Friday, mostly sunny skies, high 80, low 73, winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. For North and Middle Caicos on Friday, mostly cloudy skies, high 80, low 74, winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. For Parrot and Pine Key on Friday, partly cloudy skies, high 80, low 74, winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. And on Providenciales on Friday, partly cloudy skies, high 80, low 74, winds east-northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Now for your sunrise and sunset. Sunrise 6:08 a.m., sunset 5:55 p.m. And for your high tides and low tides, high tides 8:47 a.m., 9:11 p.m., and low tides 2:38 a.m., 2:57 p.m. And that's it for your weather forecast. We'll be right back with more Newswatch.
Here at People's Television, we're more than just your leading news and entertainment services. We are
spreading the gospel.
We are breaking barriers.
We are preserving the culture. Each one, teach one.
We are committed to excellence.
We're creating change.
We are creating memories.
We are the future.
I am PTV.
I am PTV. I am PTV.
I am PTV.
We are PTV.
We are continuing the legacy. We are PTV.
Welcome back to Newswatch. Picture a warm, pristine paradise, white sand beaches, turquoise-tinged water, and you've got the #1 beach in the world for 2022, according to TripAdvisor users. We bring you the details. The world-famous Grace Bay Beach is located on the northeast coast of the island of Providenciales. This pristine beach is the hallmark of the Turks and Caicos Islands and the recipient of many designations, awards, and accolades. Grace Bay currently holds the position of World Travel Awards' world's leading beach destination, and most recently first place in TripAdvisor's World's Best Beaches. Over the previous decade, Grace Bay has taken first or second place in these two competitions 19 times. According to TripAdvisor, if you want the ultimate spot on which to lay down your towel, then head over to Grace Bay Beach in Turks and Caicos, as we've been declared #1 in its 2022 Traveler's Choice Best of the Best Awards for beaches. Our beaches took the top spot in a ranking drawn up from the quality and quantity of reviews and ratings from TripAdvisor travelers for beaches worldwide, gathered between January 1st and December 31st of 2021. Just a few months ago, on December 22nd, 2021, it was announced that the Turks and Caicos Islands was exemplified as winner of multiple categories in the Caribbean Travel Awards and now most recently, the #1 beach in the world. Throughout 2021, tourism in the Turks and Caicos Islands flourished thanks to the Tourist Board's strategic marketing and public relations plans, combined with its vigilant TCI-assured protocols and aggressive vaccine campaign, with over 78% of the adult population vaccinated. Public relations efforts have resulted in nearly 1.5 billion media impressions and a corresponding media value of nearly 145 million in 2021. And now, at the beginning of 2022, the Turks and Caicos Islands continues to be a world-class, award-winning destination. The Premier Honorable Charles Washington Mizik, during the United Kingdom Overseas Territory Association Annual General Meeting, assumed presidency for the UKOTA Political Council, and Ms. Tracy Knight, UK representative for the Turks and Caicos Islands government, as head of the TCIG London office, was elected as UKOTA chairman. Here's more. At the UKOTA Annual General Meeting, which was held on Thursday, February 10, 2022, UK representatives of the British Overseas Territory governments elected Ms. Tracy Knight, who represents the government at UKOTA meetings, as chairman. The Premier, according to the association's constitution, assumes the presidency of the Political Council of UKOTA. As chair of UKOTA, Ms. Knight will lead the work of the association, advancing and defending the collective interests of the overseas territories in the UK over the forthcoming year. Commenting on the chairmanship, Ms. Knight said, "It is an honor to be elected as chair of UKOTA, and I am grateful for the confidence of the other overseas territory representatives and support of the Turks and Caicos Islands government. I look forward to working with my colleagues to further promote the relationship between the overseas territories and the UK, and to engaging with all stakeholders to advance the work of the association." As president of the Political Council, Honorable Premier will have responsibility for chairing the Council's annual meeting of political leaders in London later this year, ahead of the annual Joint Ministerial Council between the overseas territories and the UK. The Premier said, "As president, I look forward to working with overseas territories to protect us toward the elevation of the socio-economic standing of all our peoples, break down the barriers to sustenance and self-actualization, and improve communication and collaborative efforts with the UK government to ensure BOT's individual and collective concerns are heard and solutions actualized for the betterment of the lives of our people." He further added, "It is with pride that I congratulate Ms. Knight on being elected as chairman of the association. This is a true testament of the diligent, innovative, and forward-thinking staff that forms the office of the Premier and Public Policy and this government. I have every confidence that Ms. Knight will excel and aid greatly in achieving our collective goals." UKOTA was established in 1994 by the government of the UK overseas territories, with permanent populations to promote the interest of the overseas territories and cooperations between them. We've obtained that the main work of the UKOTA is representing the collective view of the overseas territories through dialogue and contact with Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office and other UK government departments, both at official and ministerial level. Reportedly, the territories represented on UKOTA are Ascension Island, Anguilla, Bermuda, British Virgin Islands, Cayman Islands, Falkland Islands, Gibraltar, Montserrat, Pitcairn, St. Helena, Tristan da Cunha, and finally, our beautiful Turks and Caicos Islands. That brings us to the end of this edition of The Real News. I hate to leave you so soon, but of course, you can join us right back here every weekday at 6:30 p.m. and tap into our social media platforms at www.ptv8tci.com. I'm Erica Penales, keeping you informed, updated, and affiliated. Until next time.